The British promise is about the next generation doing better than the last. And it's about people getting a good job, people getting a good home to rent or to buy. Haverstock Comprehensive encouraged learning, and it did want to push people forward and push people to do well. They would never ever have said, this school is just an ordinary comprehensive, our kids can't be the best. That's why I think it was a great preparation for life, for me, and I wouldn't have had it any other way. Politics fails people when it doesn't rise to the big challenges, when it doesn't speak to the big issues. And all around the country, when I go and talk to people, people say, and I just see it in people's eyes when I say, look, one of the things I'm really worried about is the promise of Britain. Is the next generation going to do better than the last? And I see people nodding, and I feel a charge go around the room. And I just get a sense that this is a government that is just not even at first base in addressing those issues. Let's make politics about those big issues, not about the small issues. It's not rocket science. If you put a tax on the bankers' bonuses and use some of the money to put our young people back to work, give them apprenticeships, jobs in the construction industry, that would make an enormous difference. It would make a difference to those young people, and it would mean we didn't go back to the 1980s when a whole generation had the British promise betrayed and were left on the scrap heap. It's just crazy that the government sort of stands by and shrugs its shoulders when 1 in 5 of our young people is out of work. Go around the country and talk to the young people who are doing apprenticeships, and just see the pride they have about what they're doing, and the pride in the knowledge also that they're learning skills which will serve them throughout their career, that in a way they're set up for life in a good way, in a trade, in a profession. And that has just got enormous power, as much power as any university degree. The British promise is under threat as it hasn't been for generations, and it speaks to who the British people are. We're people that actually care about each other and care about the world we live in and the world that we're going to be living in the future. I am optimistic, because I think that Britain has surmounted huge challenges before in the past, and I think we do face big challenges. We've got to create a society where we can have the promise of Britain, where the next generation does do better than the last. That's what our country has to be about. That's what our duty and our responsibility is. That's what the promise of Britain means to me.
Vote Labour on Thursday. Polling stations are open from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Log on now to labour.org.uk/yourvoice.